4 former quarterbacks break down JJ.
Are you prepared? Have you done the work during the week? Are you the first in the building? You're the last to leave.
CBS star Nate Burleson has added another gig.
I'm so thankful and grateful for the position I'm in.
The Gophers talk defense. A strange homecoming of sorts for this quarterback, and he is looking forward to a different sports future in college. Kickoff countdown starts now. Here we go. All eyes on the Vikings and all eyes on J.J. McCarthy.
I just try to be completely present. You know, at the end of the day, there's going to be, anxiousness, excitement, and, a whole lot of adrenaline. But at the end of the day, that's completely normal.
How about 4 that have played that position? We sat down with the Super Bowl champ, an MVP, and a talent who had injuries curtail his career, as well as a number 2 overall pick who turned into a bust, to get their advice for J.J. McCarthy.
12 plays.
Here we go, the most anticipated debut of a Viking since Randy Moss. His name is J.J. McCarthy.
First of all, he has so many of the qualities and the intangibles that you love at that position. I think you have to start with physical and mental toughness. That's really important to play that position. I think his ability to create and manufacture offense. I think his intelligence, his football IQ.
Here comes the blitz.
Oh, yes, competitiveness, Jim McMahon. McCarthy has to want the moment. Is that the most important thing, is you got to want to be the guy?
Well, yeah, if you don't want to be the guy, you're never going to be the guy, no matter how much talent you got.
Is that the common denominator for great quarterbacks, you think?
Well, that and a good system and a good offensive line.
Ryan Leaf was the number 2 overall pick in 1998. His career faded fast. He now understands more on why, and because of that, he's well-versed on McCarthy and what he is about to embark on. You have been through the pressure, you've been through, you know what a cooker it is. What's he going through?
I mean, what the organization flat out said is that the guy we got is better than a 14-winning game quarterback.
Daunte Culpepper waited his turn, a first-round pick as well. An injury robbed some of his career. He's seen enough of McCarthy to believe.
He has that it factor. I always say he has it, and I can see it in his eyes. He's ready to go out and tear it up. And I think that he's going to surprise a lot of people.
Let's talk leadership, making those around you better by making them believe in you. McCarthy has been named a captain. That's just the first step to winning them over.
Well, you have to have answers, and you're never going to fool anybody in the huddle. Those players, they understand who's capable of being a difference maker.
Now, how's this one for an intangible? McCarthy and his fiancée are soon to become parents, and Ryan Leaf believes that will be a big help that he did not have. Having to shut down football and be a father. He found a common denominator for successful quarterbacks in just that. What advice would you give somebody? I mean, what is it that you can't understand until you're in that position?
I've talked to some of the guys that had success in places where they were heavily scrutinized. And I said, how did you stay away from all that stuff? And they were just like, well, we didn't read any of it. We didn't see any of it. And I go, well, how? And he's like, well, we had started families. And when I got home from work, I was changing diapers and I was being a dad. And
Gannon had years before he became the man and eventually an MVP in Oakland. Experience, that can matter.
He doesn't have a lot of experience. And that's the biggest challenge. I've talked to him, spoke to him again today. We've had some conversations. It's all about getting the reps. It's all about understanding situational football. It's all about managing, game plan.
And he's got a head coach who was a quarterback. Maybe more important, Kevin O'Connell has made a statement by making McCarthy the man.
Both Kevin O'Connell, the staff, the organization have to feel really good about J.J. McCarthy. Otherwise, they don't make that type of decision.
At least one former quarterback has spent time with McCarthy, and he says, bet the house.
I think he's just going to be a master. I think he's working his way to be a master. And just remember, I said it first, he's going to tear up the league.
There you go. Speaking of quarterbacks, Green Bay Packers are the feature game Sunday taking on Detroit. Jordan Love at the helm, their quarterback. He's got now some new help in the form of Micah Parsons, who is also a close friend.
Having the same agent, me and Jordan have been together in Dubai and, through the podcast, Super Bowl weekends. So we got a very good relationship. He's somebody I know that, we're very competitive when we're around each other. So I know what type of quarterback he is.
Nate Burleson is on top of the entire NFL working for CBS, plus much more. I sat down with the former Viking turned broadcaster to talk football, broadcasting, and vodka. Oh, those were the days. For 11 seasons, Nate Burleson occupied a spot on an NFL roster as a wide receiver.
Being in the NFL was amazing. It was like being an athletic rock star. And everywhere you go, you are on that stage.
It was a tough NFC North matchup, and they started off this game on fire.
When he decided to get into broadcasting after, football was a natural progression.
Bring it on in here, Nick Nation, because we are ready to deck the halls with a little football fun.
And that blossomed into football work on the Nickelodeon.
And now, your host, Nate Burleson.
A spot hosting Hollywood Squares, and a co-host position on the CBS Morning Show. Still leaning on his football background of Darwinism.
What football has taught me, results are undeniable. Show up.
Then there is the most recent endeavor, partnering with a company to develop a new vodka, on this day making a promotional appearance. Making it as in the NFL, make it in broadcasting. Those are two tough places to find shelf space.
Very, very tough.
Is finding shelf space for vodka as difficult, similar? Do you see some parallels?
See, that's why you're one of the best in the business, creating shelf space and then the shelf space of the vodka. Even if we find shelf space at a liquor store or at a restaurant or a grocery store, with which we have all three, somebody might see this bottle and say, oh, that's cool. It might taste good, but I'm going to stick with what I know.
But his heart is still football focused, and his thoughts on J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings are
seeing what Sam Darnold was able to do and understanding that he has O'Connell, who is an absolute quarterback whisperer. He should be able to play well this season.
Then there's the Green Bay Packers quarterback, Jordan Love.
I do believe that the Packers are one of the best teams when Jordan Love is healthy. But the question is, will he stay healthy?
You see, it is a challenging life to take all of this on. But for Burleson, it's a life he would not trade for any other.
Thankful and grateful for the position I'm in.
The Gopher football team should have little problem Saturday against Northwestern State. They will bring the pressure from the front seven because they have talented safeties behind that group, and they feel like they need to be better than they were in week one.
The whole team, we feel like we didn't play our hardest. We feel like we didn't play up to the standard. But we know that this week and every other week we gonna make the competition better, and we just gonna compete with each other.
St. Thomas quarterback Andy Peters played his entire football career in Idaho from a young age through 4 years of college. This week he'll return to that state from a new place. Ren Clayton explains how this change happened quite quickly.
A long way in a short amount of time.
I thought I was done with football.
Andy Peters was a walk-on quarterback at Boise State, near where he grew up, then had a decorated career at the College of Idaho. He thought the 2024 season was it, until this spring.
I get a phone call from my OC, and he was like, do you still want to play football? I was like, yeah. And he was like, okay, you're going to get a call from St. Thomas in Minnesota. I was like, okay.
Peters became a Tommy and was thrust into a battle for the starting job.
It started off rough. It started off pretty, like drinking from a fire hose.
After he settled in, Peters won the QB1 spot and led St. Thomas to an opening night win. Head coach Glenn Caruso has seen it all come together.
Really good in the huddle with the guys, great in the locker room, can find ways to win with his arms and his legs.
Now it's week 2. The Tommies are heading back to Peters' home state to take on the University of Idaho. Their quarterback is going home.
Try not to let the emotions get too big. When you kind of start to think about it, it is really exciting. I got 25 people coming to the game.
Peters' fiance back in Idaho will not be there because she's a game warden, and the archery opening day aligns with St. Thomas's game day.
Wildlife conservation, that's kind of what her job is. So in the state of Idaho, obviously, we have everything from grizzly bears to elk to moose to black bears, cougars, all of it, all the fun stuff.
Engaged in May, Peters moved to Minnesota in June and played his first game for his new team in August. A lot of life in a hurry.
That part of life is insane. I get done with practice and I go home and I wedding plan. Not what most people are doing, so it's pretty unique.
Ren Clayton, WCCO Sports.
A Blaine high schooler was on track for a promising college football career until a rare health issue changed everything. Mariel Mose shares how he's hoping his experience can help others in college.
Just finished up track season, went to state, and was on my way to play varsity football and basketball as a sophomore.
A rising star athlete with the Blaine Bengals, Avion Dent, was suddenly sidelined.
I kind of noticed that I had stomach pain.
A pain so severe, he went immediately to the ICU. Dr. Robin Williams at M Health Fairview Children's Masonic Hospital said Avion's pain left her stumped at first.
It wasn't just one procedure that gave all the answers. It was sort of slowly putting all of the pieces together that we had in front of us to eventually get to his diagnosis.
Avion was diagnosed with idiopathic multicentric Castleman disease, the hospital's first and only confirmed case.
So it is incredibly rare, more rare than even the things that we normally consider to be rare.
It's a condition that causes enlarged lymph nodes, painful inflammation, and problems with organ functions. Avion was hospitalized for several months, losing his chance at a football career and his identity.
When I couldn't do any of my sports anymore, it kind of just I didn't really feel like myself.
Through chemotherapy, he relied on friends and family who showed up in unexpected ways.
They always told me to keep my head up in situations, and they kept me happy through it all, and my family as well.
That treatment allowed him to return to high school and graduate this spring. Now he's in his first week at Concordia University, St. Paul, a moment that felt impossible at times.
I just want to make my family proud, and not that many people in my family go to college, so it's great.
He's hoping to use the marketing degree he's studying for to lead to a new career in sports, where he can open a gym someday for student athletes who face similar setbacks.
If those kids can have someone helping them that already went through it, then it could change their lives.
In St. Paul, Mariel Mose, WCCO Sports.
Twins trailed last place White Sox 3-0, then struck for 5. Mickey Gasper, a 2-run single, rain delay. Twins lead at 6-4. Lynx taking on the hottest team in the league. Vegas, Aces have won 12 straight. Caleb McBride to the basket. Vegas leads it by 3 points. That's your kickoff countdown for the week. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow, rate, and share. Join us every Friday wherever you get your podcast to discover what's at stake on game day, from the Vikings to the Gophers and beyond. And make sure to watch the live kickoff countdown Thursday nights at 10:15 on WCCO.